Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about the relationship between violence and sex in Chinese dramas. So the dramas I'm going to be talking about are mainly the tragic ones. The first one is Goodbye My Princess. So in Goodbye My Princess, the drama is about a princess who, no matter what she does, no matter who she is, no matter what her personality is, she was always going to have to be forced to marry into a different kingdom in order to protect her people. The writers write her in a very silly fashion to kind of give light to a very dark situation. And the relationship between violence and sex in Goodbye Princess is that she has a very complicated relationship to Lee Chung-yin. Lee Chung-yin pretended to be a sweet, normal guy, and he was not that. And he knew he was pretending when he was pretending, and she did not. As a result of his pretense, when she found out what he was actually trying to do in terms of killing her grandfather and just lying to her, she jumped into the river of forgetfulness and was like, I never want to think about you again. I love you, but I can't be with you, and now my family's all gone, and I have nothing left, so I'm going to die. He jumps in after her, and then the second half of the show is about him completely forgetting everything and her completely forgetting everything, and then both starting over. During this time period, she eventually finds out the same information previously, but doesn't have her full memory back yet. And she's still in love with him, and she's still aware of how cruel and wicked he is as a result of the palace politics. But she also can't help but be close to him. She's like, you're a really violent person who is capable of hurting me and has hurt those close to me, but I also can't help but be drawn to you. And he's drawn to her because she's really sweet, as like this kind of like, I don't know, she's kind of like water in a desert sort of thing. Like she's his hope in a dark night. She's a light, she's a moon, on the dark night, all those kind of things. And it's like he also can't help but be violent towards her to protect her. The main reason why he protects her in the drama is because he's thinking to himself, she can't help herself. I need to help her. By helping her, I can't tell her exactly what I'm doing. And so while he's pretending like he hates her to protect her in the palace, he's hurting her every step of the way. And he's very attracted to her physically, emotionally. He's very like bonded to her, but he's hurting her continuously. And she hurts him too because she's responding to what he's doing to her. And so it's hurting and it's all this stuff. And it eventually leads to him actually raping her character a lot later on in the show because she remembers everything and starts to emotionally attack him in a way. She's like, I don't love you, even though she knows she does love him because she's trying to hurt him in a way that he's hurt her. And he's getting pissed because he can't remember anything at this point. And he rapes her because he's like, you're mine, you're my wife, you're this. And she's hurt afterwards, obviously. She's thinking, oh my lord, he actually went all the way, he actually did this. And even after he rapes her, she she still gives him a kiss, right? She leaves the palace at this point. She wears a disguise, she leaves the palace, she puts poison on her lips and kisses him, and he drops to sleep and she leaves. Even the way she left when she did this, she got a pillow and she put it on the floor and she laid his head on the pillow. Even after he raped her, she still cared for this man. Okay? The relationship between violence and sex particularly in Goodbye My Princess is too powerful. It's too strong. Because no matter what he did to her, she couldn't help but love him. She ended up killing herself quite violently because he said, because you now run away back to your home, the same home that you married me to protect, I have to now go to war with your people. To ensure that her people were safe, she killed herself in front of him and told him, you better promise me you're not going to mess my people again. And he promised her that because he loved her. But because she died so violently and he could not come to terms with that, he had to pretend like she was alive and just pretending like she was dead, sort of thing, right? And even afterwards, when he's old and he's been emperor for a while, he goes to visit her in River Forgetfulness, and he himself jumps into the same river to look for her. They had a toxic relationship, but they were also deeply in love, and there were moments where it wasn't toxic, but for the most part, it was. And it was as a result of their positions, what he was forced to do, her family connections, her spiritedness, I guess, and everybody who was trying to manipulate her and him. in the entire situation. So in that drama, it's too powerful, it's too strong. The second drama I want to mention is Till the End of the Moon. It's very apparent in that one too. When Lee Sisu first meets Tan Tai Jin, all she's thinking of is, you've killed people that I love, and she can't stand him. She meets him before he's wicked, before he's evil, but she can't help but think of him like that, even though by her treating him like that, she's actually taking part in that self-fulfilling prophecy of him believing that he's wicked. So, he's already into her from the beginning, and he doesn't he has like mixed feelings with her. He's like, she's nasty, but I like her somehow, you know? And then over time she tries to warm up to him, but she hates him. She hates him, but she's having feelings of warmth towards him at the same time. And it's like building slowly throughout the entire show, and they go through a series of things that allow that to just keep pumping up episode by episode. The climax of that, literally, is that they sleep together in like for one of the last times before he's going to go away. And during the interaction, you can tell it's like they love and they hate each other simultaneously. Even in that last scene, it's like they love each other, but they hate each other's guts at the same time. And their sexual relationship just it showed that. Like if you go and watch that scene in the last episode, you go and watch it. It's love and hate mixed together. Their relationship was so back and forth. It was a dance. If anything, when I think about Children in the Moon versus Goodbye My Princess, I would actually say Children in the Moon was less toxic because they both knew what wavelength they were on, and they could both track each other's moves, and they both knew when each other was playing the other. At least, I mean, in Goodbye My Princess, she didn't know a lot of what he was doing for the most part. And by the end, she was one step ahead of him, but that was leading to her death, not his. And she had been the one that ultimately had suffered more than he had. Tilly and the Moon, he suffered a bunch, probably more than she did. But at the same time, she was also suffering because of her having to switch timelines and sacrifice and save her family and all this kind of stuff. So it was definitely like a, I know what you're doing, you know what I'm doing, and we're in different timelines and we're switching, and we're both completely aware of what this is. And I love you, but I hate you. 10,000 years ago, I hated you, and I love you now. But in 10 minutes, I might not like you anymore either. And that one is more like a subtle version of the violence and sex relationship. But I mean, these two dramas, in my opinion, just it's so apparent in them. And if you've watched them, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. If you like my channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, please hit the like button below. Thanks so much for listening. Bye bye.